Why is it so hard for a motorcycle to stand up on its own?
It's only on 2 wheels.
Because it's too tired. I know, it's funny, right? But for this reason, we must take extra precautions to ensure that our motorcycles are ready to be ridden for the road. All right. Hello, my name is Chad Phillips. Today I'm going to explain to you how to do a T-clocks inspection on your motorcycle. Why do we want to do this? We want to ensure that our motorcycles are safe to be ridden on the road. All right. One less thing for us to have to worry about when we get out on the road. So T-clocks stands for tires, controls, lights, oils, chassis, and stands. Starting off with tires. Tires, you want to look at your tires, you want to make sure that they're nice and serviceable. You don't want to go past the wear bar on the tires. You want to look for any cuts, cracks, bulges in the sidewall, all right, or obvious nails. You want to do that in both front and rear tire. You want to check air pressure on the tires. Your motorcycle manual will tell you what the appropriate air pressure is for your tire. For your wheels, if you have spoke wheels, you want to make sure that you don't have any spokes missing or loose spokes. If you have cast wheels, you want to make sure there's no cracks in the cast or anything like that, all right? For bearings on the wheels, you just want to shake the wheel back and forth like so. So you don't want to hear any clinking or metal banging in the back with bearings being loose. And you want to check your seals to make sure at your axles that they're not leaking excessively. All right, then you want to check your brakes for function and condition. You want to look at them and see if they look like they're pretty good, but then you also want to squeeze your front brake lever and your rear brake pedal to make sure that it stops the motorcycle if you go to roll it back and forward. All right, then we're going to go to controls. You got your handlebars party controlled, right? So you want to make sure your handlebars aren't bent, cracked. You want to make sure you can turn them both left and right, and there's no binding. You want to make sure your hand grips are on nice and tight. Then you want to check your levers, your clutch lever. You want to make sure it's nice, smooth motion. Your brake pedal, your brake lever. You want to make sure that you can squeeze it and it's nice, firm pressure. And on your brake pedal, doing the same thing. You want to check and make sure none of your cables are binding. So what you can do with that is you can have the motorcycle running and you can turn the handlebars both left and right to make sure that the motorcycle does not rev with the throttle. For the throttle, you can roll it all the way on, release, it should snap back. Then you want to go to your lights. Lights and electrics. For your battery, the battery's under the seat on here. So what you want to do is you want to check and make sure there's no corrosion on the battery and make sure the battery terminals are nice and tight. Then you want to go ahead and check your lights. For your headlight, you want to make sure your high and low beam switch works properly and your high and low beam lights work. All right. Then you want to check your turn signals both in the front and the rear. With the motorcycle on, you can kind of stick your hand up here in the front and the back to make sure that your turn signals work. You want to check your brake lights. All right. You want to squeeze your brake lever in the front for the front brakes. Make sure the brake light comes on. You want to do the same thing with your rear brake pedal. Mirrors. You want to make sure your mirrors are nice and tight. And when seated on the motorcycle, you want the mirrors to be facing so that you can see directly behind you. Okay. Then wiring. You want to make sure, just kind of look around the motorcycle, look at any wiring you have on there, and make sure it's not against any rubbing parts. There's not any frays or tears on it. Then when you check your oils and fluids, check your oil pressure. Check your oil. Your motorcycle manual will dictate how you need to check your oil. Do you need to check it on the side stand or check it in the upright position? Your motorcycle manual will tell you that. Some motorcycles will have a dipstick, the others will just have a sight glass to check your oil level. Then you want to look around the motorcycle for any leaks, any fluid leaks. You don't want to be going down the road and have a fuel leak and it get on the exhaust and then you look like Nicolas Cage on Ghost Rider. That'd be a bad day. Then you want to go ahead and check your chassis, the next part of the T-clocks. You want to check your frame. You look and see if there's any cracks in the welds, any bends in the frame. Then you want to check your head steering, your head neck steering. Make sure there's no play in there. And on your swing arm, bearings. You want to make sure there's no play in there. Then you want to look around the motorcycle and look and see if you have any loose nuts and bolts. Last thing you want to be doing is going down the road and realize that your brake rudders are loose. After you've done all this, then you want to go ahead and check your stands. You'll either have a side stand or a center stand. You want to make sure that when you stand the motorcycle up and you put your side stand up, that it snaps in the upright position. And of course, there's no cracks or bends in the side stand. Then you want, all right, after you've done all this, we talked about what T-Clocks is and how to do it. So remembering to perform this pre-ride inspection every time you ride may save your life one day. Thank you for your time.